Yes, I'm audible to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Response. So, how many students have joined? 36. Okay. Anyhow, we will start. Let them join. So, dear students, in today's class, we are going to discuss about Google's page ranking algorithm. Okay. So, what we have seen in the last class, let me give you a small recap of it. Okay. So, in the last class, we have seen about HITS algorithm. Okay. So, hypertext induced topic search algorithm. So, what is the idea behind this HITS algorithm is you will find out the hub and you will find out the authorities. Okay. So, what is a hub? What is an authority? Okay. So, if I do have some set of users, okay, users are there, okay, and I have several movies which have been released in some OTT platform, okay. So now I have to find out who is the best uh, user and who is the best movie, which means who is the user among the particular OTT platform, okay, who is watching maximum number of movies. This user is watching only 3 movies and he is recommending these movies and has given rating for the movie. This user 2 has watched all the movies, okay, and then this user has watched only one movie, that is movie M1. Okay. So what is the hub and what is the authority that we have seen in the last class? Okay. A good hub is nothing but the maximum number of outlinks that emerges from that node is called as a best hub. Okay. What is an authority? Okay. What is an authority? The maximum number of in links a node do get receive from the best hubs. Okay, from the hubs, out of which one of the hub will be the best hub is called as an authority. So now how I can rank down these users and rank down these movies. Okay, this user is watching the movie and he is giving the rating 4, 5, 3. Okay, this movie he has been watching, he is giving 4, 4, 4, 4. He is watching one movie and he is giving the rating as 2 for this movie. Okay. So now what I will do here, what is the maximum number of links this node, this movie has got? 3 users have watched this movie. 2 users has watched this movie. 2 users watched this movie. Only 1 user has watched the movie. And he has given the rating. So I will sum up all the rating and reviews which have been given by the users and I will find out which is the best movie. For that, I have to calculate 2 different score. What is the score? Hub score and authority score I will find out. I will determine. Okay. And I will normalize the authority. I will update the hub score and authority score. Let me give here. This users watched 3 movies. This user watched 4 movies and this user has watched 1 movie. Okay. So I do have the hub score and authority score of the users and movies. Now, if I want to do the rule of hub updation and authority updation, what I have to do? I have to sum up all the values of my what is this? The score. Okay, divided by the square root of sum of the scores. Okay, score 1 square, score 2 square, like that I have to do. So this is what we have seen in the HITS algorithm. So obviously, what is the outcome of this algorithm? What is the outcome of the algorithm? Okay, it will rank the users and movies in spite of whether it is a user or whether it is a movie or it is a product or it is a web page. Okay, what is the outcome of this HITS algorithm is it will find out the best hub. Best hub means, let me link you here. Okay, what is a best hub? Among these three users, okay, among these three users, the user U2 is the best hub because he has watched maximum number of movies and he has provided the ratings and reviews for this use for all the movies that he has watched. Okay, so the best hub is U2. Okay, and then the next hub is going to be U1, and then it is going to be U3. Who is the best authority? In this case, I will say which is the best movie among which it can be recommended for all others. Okay, so obviously movie M1 will have the best. Okay, M2 and M3 have type. So you just add upon their ratings and configure accordingly. Okay, so M2 has, for example, it is getting 2 and 2 from here. So 4 ratings it is getting totally out of 10. So movie 3 is getting 4 plus 3. So 7 is going to be the rating. So even though M2 and M3 are tied, I will say M2 is going to be having the next best authority score rather than M2 and then obviously M4. Okay, so this is also an obvious way of another interesting algorithm which will rank the best quantifying parameter, whatever the parameter may be. It can be a web page or it can be a product or it can be a recently released some movies, anything it can be. Okay, so you can find out the best hub and best authority. So here we will periodically you have to update the hub and update the authority. In the last class we have seen how to update the hub, how to update the authority. So if V is going to be the authority, okay, you will do the transpose of it and you will multiply by the hub score. So this is how you have to update the authority value. How to update the hub value? This is going to be authority. This is for a hub. Okay, so A multiplied by V. So this V is going to be the value which you have got in the previous step of this. Okay, so this is how you will update it and normalizing the value. So you will make it between 0 to 1. Okay, so all the value, because this values will be keep on increasing when you're doing the hub and authority rule updation. So you will normalize it using the value of summation of square divided by sum of the squares. Okay, so this is what we have seen in the last class. Now in today's class, we are going to see another interesting algorithm, okay, which will come under link analysis problem, that is called as Google's page ranking algorithm. Okay, so it was obvious that Google's this team Brin and Page are the two inventors of this algorithm in the year 1998. They have initially framed this algorithm as link analysis algorithm. Okay, so this was the basic idea behind Google search technology. Okay, so what centrality measures they have used here is eigenvector centrality is going to be the centrality measure they have used for performing this page ranking algorithm. So what is this eigenvector centrality? Okay, so the eigenvector centrality concept is how many incoming links, that means how many other web pages are referring to a page. See, D is referring to B, E is referring to B, C is referring to B, and obviously A is not referring. Okay, this I have some other small web pages which are also referring to B. Okay, so I will determine the rank of a given web page not only based upon the number of incoming links that particular page gets. Instead, okay, incoming links, in links is considered. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 incoming links. Obviously, I do have. Okay, I will check whether the page rank of the web pages which are directing to this web page, okay, will also be considered. See, among this, I will consider the page rank of the web page which is referring to this best web page. That will be also considered. Okay, the incoming link is considered. Now I will check what is the total number of page rank for the page which is referring B. Okay, among these pages, which is the best page which has the highest page rank. So how to determine the page rank of a web page? Okay, so how many outlinks is going from a page will also be considered. See, I'm having a web page P. This is getting link from D, E, these web pages. Okay, among which page is having alternatively outlinks are from that web page. That will be also considered. See, from E, I have one outlink is there. Here I have outlink is there. Okay, here I do have any other outlinks. No, I don't have. I do have outlinks over here. Okay, I will check how many incoming links are also available for this web page. That will be also considered. Okay, so that is the concept behind the page ranking algorithm. That means, okay, a web page is going to get ranked, okay, according to the link popularity. What is link popularity? Okay, the more web pages are linked to a given web page, okay, that means the as many number of web pages which are linked to a given web page, the more popularity that particular web page do have. Okay, as far it is having the maximum number of inlinks and outlinks, okay, the most it will be considered to be the more popular web page. That is the concept behind page ranking algorithm. Okay, so in this page ranking algorithm, not only the number of links is important. That means not only the in degree is going to be considered, but also the importance of the web pages linking to them. So I am saying this particular web page is very having the highest page rank. How I am going to determine this page is having the highest page rank? Whether the linking pages which are referring these page B, okay, these pages, okay, whether they have the high, whether these pages are also important or not. Based on that, the entire page rank will be considered. Okay, number of links alone, it is not going to be considered. See, this is also been getting the in link from here, but these pages are not that much popular. Instead, see, this page is popular, this page is popular, this page is very, very popular. Okay, so the importance of the web page which is linking to them should also be popular. Okay, such a page will get the highest page rank. So now in this lecture, we are going to study how to rank the pages, rank web pages. Okay, and what are all the issues you will find while computing the page rank, and how to determine the rank for the web page. Okay, that is what we are going to see. Okay, so I think they have given the same algorithm here as the same concept over here. I will tell what is the algorithm is. Okay, so you have to initialize certain values. So number of nodes in the network, you have to initialize n. Okay, and initially you have to assign the page rank for each node, and you have to choose how many iterations we are going to perform this page ranking algorithm. Okay, what is the main step? This is the very main step. we have to perform basic page rank update rule. In the HITS algorithm, we have done hub update, right? Hubs update we did. And then what is another thing? Authority. Authority update we have done, right? In the same way, in page ranking algorithm, for every page, the page rank has to be updated. What is this page rank updation? You're going to divide the actual page rank of the page by the number of outgoing links and pass these equal share to the page it points to. So there will be a page rank which is given initially to every page. At every iteration, you are going to distribute the page rank equally to all the pages which are going to have outgoing links from that particular page. Okay, so you're going to update the value by summarizing the shares it receives in each iteration. Okay, and then we're going to perform it till kth iteration. So this is going to be the initialization of a page ranking algorithm. Okay, so now we'll go into what is a page rank. Okay, page rank is nothing but a vote. Okay, which means this page is referring to this page B. That means there is a vote one vote it got. It get another incoming link, so one vote. So based upon the incoming link, okay, will determine each vote, which will tell how important that particular page is. Okay, so it was designed by Lawrence Page and Sergey Brin. Now we'll go into the actual page ranking algorithm. So another interesting problem that we will face during this page ranking algorithm is what happens if the page do not contain any outlink. A page doesn't have any outlink. Okay, in such cases, the page is identified to be a dead end. Okay, that is called as dead end. So how to compute the page rank for this type of dead end? The simple solution is you have to remove that particular recursive dead link, okay, dead end, and we have to calculate the pages. Okay, for example, I do have a page like this. Okay, there is only one incoming link is there. Okay, A, B, C. You see here, I have traversed from here. I have reached here, but I got trapped over here in C. Is there any outlinks from C? No. So C is going to be the dead end. Okay. So in this type, in these cases, obviously we have to remove these dead ends and we have to proceed with the page ranking. Another interesting problem that we will face is spider traps. Okay. So there will be incoming edges and outcoming edges which is trapped between any two nodes recursively, which is called as a spider trap. If I look into here, okay, I'll just tell it's D, okay, and then D to C. So from here I have reached here, I am reached here, I am reached here. Again, I am going here. Is there any outlinks there? No. Again, I am coming over here. I'm just going to C, again to D. So this is a spider trap. This is going to be a spider trap. Okay. So what is the solution for this type of dead end and spider trap? Okay. The solution is go for a random surfer model. Okay. Random surfing model. Okay. What is this random surfing model? Okay, you will not keep on going with the path and you will not go with the links which have been given over here. You will be randomly surfing over several web pages. Okay, and you will perform the you will identify the path and you will do it. Okay, so so we'll go for this random surfer model. Here they will introduce a small probability value. Okay, small probability value in order to avoid this dead end and spider trap. So what will happen to this dead end and spider trap is obviously the page rank for for that particular page, okay, will converge to 0. That is the problem here. When we are calculating the page rank for dead end and spider trap, obviously the page rank for those web pages will leads to 0. In order to avoid that, we are going to introduce a small boosting value. Okay, a value which is going to be like a catalyst. Okay, some boosting value which will avoid this convergence to 0 problem. Okay, that is called as teleporting value. You will usually tell the teleporting value as in the range of 0.8 to 0.9. That is, we will say, I usually say it as beta. Okay, so this teleporting value, okay, will follow the outlink from their current page, and it will avoid this dead link and spider trap. In case if there is a dead end or spider trap is identified in that particular web page where it got trapped or where it got dead end, okay, it will identify a path, okay, which is possible to become the outlink from their current page in order to do that. Okay, I will go here. Okay, in this example, okay, so it will rather find, is there any other outlink from this particular page? No, there is no outlink. Obviously, this is the link which has been available. So it will switch on this entire thing is identified to this spider trap. So the random server will go to this page. Okay, some other page randomly it will move where a immediate outlink is going to be available. See, if I go here, I will obviously go here. From here, if I do have some other pages, okay, where I can find out some path, so it will jump over there. That is the concept of teleporting. It will just neglect this particular spider trap and dead end, okay, and it will jump to the immediately available node where a positive outlink is going to get available. Okay, that is the dead end and spider trap solution, which is a teleporting value. Okay, so we'll go for what is a random surfing model, random surfer model. Okay, so page rank here, it click on links at random with no regard towards the content. Okay, randomly it will start from some node and it will keep on moving there. If there is a spider trap or dead end has been identified, it will just switch off from its current trap and it will move to some other node. That is the idea behind this random surfer model. Okay, for example, if you're looking for some web pages in Google, if you're searching for some web pages, okay, anyhow it will list out the top 10 pages, 20 pages and 30 pages. It will obviously it will give the list of pages. Okay, but how these pages are being identified, how among these pages which page is identified to be the best page? Okay, for that it will randomly find out all the pages and it will list out the top 10 or top 20 or top 100 pages based on this random surfer model. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, that is the problem here. So they have designed a simple formula for detecting this, for identifying a rank of a page. So how to do that? We are assuming the teleportal value as D. D is going to be the teleport factor. Okay, this is very simple value, okay, which can be fixed to some 0 to 1 value in order to avoid page rank of a web page to get 0. Okay, in order to avoid that, we are making use of the teleport value. Okay, so page rank of a given web page. So A is the page that we are going to consider. Let me consider A is the page which I am going to consider is equal to 1 minus D plus this teleport value, 1 minus teleport value plus D into. So in order to avoid this page rank to converge to 0, we are multiplying it with a teleport value. so that it will never be 0. Okay, is equal to page rank of TI. Okay, page rank of TI divided by C of TI. What is this page rank of TI? Okay, so page rank of TI is nothing but the page rank of the pages TI which link towards the page A. Okay, so you see this example, I have A, B, C. Okay, so what is the page which is referring to C? Which means what is the in-link of A? Okay, so this is going to be the in-link of A. This is the C is the only page which is directing towards this page A. From if I click on this page, okay, I will see a link there for A. From the A, I will go to this page. Okay, so from A, there is a link to, from C, there is a link to C. Okay, so the C is going to be the TI. Do you understand? So for finding the page rank of A, I will find out the page rank of the page which link to page A. You can ask me a question, ma'am, there is a page link from A to B, A to C. You have to understand one thing, incoming link, okay, that has to be considered. So this is vote one vote is there. Okay, one link is there, which is an incoming link to A. These are all outgoing links. So consider the incoming links. So for this page, I have to find out the page rank. Okay, so I will tell this page is important based upon whether this page is also important or not. Okay, so based on that, I will find out. So this is PR of TI, that is page rank of TI, divided by C of TI. What is the C of TI? C of TI is nothing but the number of outbounds links on the page TI. From TI, is there any other outgoing links are there? Okay. So how many outgoing links are there? Only one outgoing link is there. That is also A itself. There is no other outgoing links. That is called as C of TI. Okay. Plus, what is this PR of TN? Is there any other page? For example, if I have D is another page which is linking to D. Okay, and this D is going to link to okay, I don't want to link anything. Okay, so there is another page D. Okay, so page rank of C divided by C of C. What is the page rank of C actually? The page rank of C is going to be the page rank of C. Okay, plus page rank of what is the other web page which is referring to A? Page rank of D divided by C of D. Okay, so this is how you have to compute the page ranking algorithm. This is the basic formula. Okay, this formula is being given for this step. Okay, basic page rank update rule is divide the actual page value of a page by the number of outgoing links and passes this value, and you have to share it. Okay, this particular updation process in this page ranking algorithm is defined like this. This is the formula for doing this. Is a simpler formula they have given us for performing this random surfer model to compute the page rank of a page. Okay, so we'll see one small example. Okay, so other criteria that you have to know is inbound link for a web page always increases the page rank. That is obvious. Okay, when a page rank has no outbounds, its page rank cannot be distributed to other pages, which means I'm identifying one page as important page, but there is no outlinks. Means what I have to do, I have to distribute the page rank to all other pages. That is the concept behind this page ranking algorithm. Okay, so we'll see one small example. I'm assuming the teleport value as 0.8. 0.8 they're given as 0.85. 0.85. So they will give beta as 0.85. Otherwise, sometimes they will give it as D as 0.85. Both are going to be the same. Both are going to be the teleport value. This is going to be the teleport value. So now we are going to identify page rank of A, okay, page rank of B, and page rank of B. Among these three pages, which page is the best page? Okay, which page is the second next best? Which is the next best page? So we are going to rank the web pages. Okay, so we may expect like some 100 or 200 web pages might be there. This may be look very simple when we are having this manually. We can perform the operation of page ranking and we can do that. But in case of scalable web pages, that means when we have the n number of values going to be 100 or 1000. Okay, you have to iteratively, you have to increase the number of iterations in order to identify the best web pages, and we have to rank it. Okay, so now among these I do have web page A, web page B, web page C. Okay, from A, if I click on A, there is a link which will lead to web page B. That is the concept you have to understand. See, I have a web page A. I have a small link. Okay, I have a small link ABCD. If I click on this, it will go to B. From B, there is a link. If I click on it, I will go to C. There is C. When I have to click it, it will go to A. I have another link. If I click on it, it will go to web page C. So that is the thing you have to understand. You have to infer from this graph G. Okay. So now how to compute the page rank? Okay, I think we have seen this in lab. Anyhow, majority of the students are not with me in the lab, so I will just run through this iteration to you. Okay, for a simple graph. So what is our formula? 1 minus D plus D into page rank of TA divided by C of TA up to the total number of web pages which is linked to a particular page. Okay, so now I am going to take the page rank of, compute the page rank for A. Okay, so 1 minus D, so 1 minus 0.5 plus D into, so C is there. Okay, and before this we have missed one thing. Initially page rank for all web pages has been given as 1. Okay, so where it is coming, actually we have to initialize the page rank of the value. Okay, so 1 divided by n. So usually we will give it over here. If 5 nodes are there, we will give the page rank as 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 5, like that we will give. Okay, in other terms, okay, usually when they are calculating this, instead of giving 1 by 3, 1 by 3, they will give the value as 1. That means commonly they will assign some numerical value, so they have taken here as the initialized page value as 1 itself. Everyone is having the rank 1, so everyone is in first rank, like that you have to assume. The page rank for this A, B, C all are 1, like that we have to assume. Just for our calculation process to get simpler, we are giving the page rank as 1, so everyone has the equal weightage. That is our idea. Okay, otherwise you can give 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. Since it is going to be some fractional value, it will be quite difficult for us to perform the calculation. So that also you can make use of. Okay, so for my problems, I usually take this initial page rank as 1. Now, what is the page rank of A? Okay, so what I have to check, what is the incoming link towards this A? Whether B to A no link, C to A, yes, there is a link. Okay, so C is a web page, okay, from which I can link to page A. Okay, so this is going to be my TI. This is my TA. Okay, so what I will do, page rank of C divided by C of C. What is C of C? From the C, how many other outgoing links are there? Is there any other outgoing link is there? No, only A is the only outgoing link from C. There is no other outgoing links from C. Okay, so initial page rank of my C is, I have told you, for page rank of A is 1, page rank of B is 1, page rank of C is 1. So page rank of C is 1 divided by C of C. How many outlinks are there? A is the only link, and that is the first and last link. So divided by 1. So you compute it, you will get the page rank. Okay, now we will go for page rank of B. How many incoming links for this B? Only one incoming links. A to B is the only incoming link. So A is identified to be my TI. Okay, so 1 minus T plus this D, PR of A divided by C of A. What is the page rank of A? We have got this value, right? This value you have to give it over here. Okay, so what is C of A, which means how many outlinks are there from A? A is my TI. How many outlinks are from A? I have A to B and A to C. I have two links are there. So divided by 2. You understand? So you have to calculate. This is the page rank of B. Okay, now page rank of C. You see page rank of C. Page rank of C, if you look into this example, page rank of C, how many incoming links are there? From A to C, a link is there, and B to C, there is a link. Am I right? So this is T1, this is T2. So I have two incoming links. I have two votes are there. Two votes are there. Am I right? 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 1, 2 votes is there. So what I will do, 1 minus T plus D, as usual, same thing. You find out the page rank of the A and page rank of B. Okay, what is the page rank of A actually? You go to the previous step. What is the page rank of A? 1. 1. Okay, 1 divided by how many outlinks are there from A? I have two links. So divided by 2 plus, okay, what is the page rank of B? See, in order to find out the page rank of C, I am finding the page rank of A and B. That is what is happening here. Because if I have to tell this as an important page, I have to tell what are all the important and popular web pages which are referring to this page. That I have to find out. That is what I am doing here. Okay, page rank of B. What is the page rank of B? You go to the previous step and get the value here. Okay, page rank of B divided by page C of B. What is the outgoing links from B? Only 1. So divided by 1. You compute this value, you will get it. So you identify page rank of A, which is 1. Okay, page rank of B, which is 0.57. Okay, and page rank of C, which is 1.06. So among this, you just sort it. So this will get the first place, second place, and third place, which means if I search for this particular content between these web pages, Google will list out this as the first page, this as the second page, and this as the third page. Whether we are done here, this is done for the first iteration alone. I have to do it for the next iteration. Now, once again, I have to reiterate it based on the page rank values that I got in the previous step. Okay, again, page rank of A, page rank of B, and page rank of C. I'll get it. Anyhow, this A and B, if you look into over there, almost they are getting the same. This is getting the value 1.05, 1.06. Obviously, this will get the first rank, second rank, and obviously this will get the third rank. Okay, so you just do the iteration once again. I don't want to repeat it again. Okay, the same page for A, you have to go with this to determine the page rank of A. you have to determine the page rank of C. To determine the page rank of B, you have to determine the page rank of A. To determine the page rank of C, you have to determine the page rank of both A and B, because both these pages are linking to C. Okay, you do the iteration, and for iteration 0, 1, 2, you will be 0 means what? Initially we have set the page rank of all the value as 1, right? That is 0th iteration, first iteration, in second iteration. So obviously from here we will say this gets the first rank, this gets the second rank, and this gets the third rank. Okay, so this is what page ranking algorithm, and it will rank the web pages. I hope I have given I hope you got a clarity about this page ranking algorithm. Okay, so I have shared this particular slide in your MS Teams. You go through how page ranking is computed for this. It is bigger than the old graph. Okay, we have 3 plus 3, 6 nodes are there. So n is equal to 6. You initialize the value of all the page rank as 1, and you find out the page rank of A, B, C, D, E, F, and you have to list out in an order. Okay, I had the solution is available over here. Anyhow, you try to compute the page rank for these web pages. Okay, they have done for several iterations. I think again they have done for 2 iteration. So obviously, which will get the highest rank? 1, and then we have 2. We have both are tie. So 3, and both are tie. We have 4. Okay, so how to avoid this tie? Okay, if we are being assigned with some weighted value, okay, some weights, if I'm giving over here 1, 6, 4, 7, okay, if in case if there is a tie, you add upon those weight values, and accordingly you can break the tie. That is possible. Okay, and then okay, they have given spider trap and deadlines. Okay, so with this I hope I have given a idea about this page ranking algorithm. Okay, so if you have any doubts or anything to discuss, you can unmute yourself and ask. Sharing this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in that page ranking random surfer algorithm, like A, B, C is decided just according to that alphabetical order, or is it that A has greater number of outlinks, so it should be calculated first, and then like that?
No, not because of alphabetical order. Based upon the links that do exist, we are calculating. See,
Number
this
of
can
out
be anything.
like in this A had 2 outlinks, therefore we calculated it first, and then B and C both had one outlink, so any one of them could be
You
calculated
can
first.
go in some order, but make consistent that you're following the same order for every iteration. You got it?
Okay, ma'am.
See, you can start from B also. B, C, A. Like that also you can do. But follow the same BC order for all the iteration. That is what that is what you have to keep in mind.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. And the iterations have to be continued until we get a converged value for any 2 pages.
Actually, usually, as far this is concerned, if in you will be given how many iterations you have to perform. Okay. If
Okay.
if it is going to be a very small graph, see, this is very small graph. What I have explained to you, and what is this? Even this is a very small graph actually. Even with this 6 nodes is very small. We can compute it manually. Okay, and we can go for some 3 to 5 iterations is possible manually. Okay, but in case of giving it as a form of some 100 or 200 web pages, okay, you should at the time you have to go for some Python program, for some programming iteration you will do. Okay, in our lab actually we have done this, the same thing. Even for 50 iterations you can do that, in order to make sure
Okay, ma'am.
that the convergence has been done and has been a satisfied value for such condition. Even for 50 iterations we can go to that. Okay, your point is correct. Until the values get converges, we have to iteratively do this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, students. See, I have posted all the attendance, everything for the last 2 weeks in VTop. Kindly look into it. If there is any form of issues, kindly let me know in prayer. Okay, last minute after the attendance getting logged, if you're coming for any attendance issue, it will not be encouraged to resolve. Okay. See, don't think that daily ma'am is not taking any attendance. So you will get the attendance. Don't think like that. Every your attendance will be calculated. How many minutes you are available in the meeting? How many minutes we are going out? For how many days you are repeating like that? Everything will be every details is going to be available with this. Okay, based on that only I am posting the attendance. In case of any issues that you face, you just ask me. I will rectify it. Okay. Thank you, students. Just type in your register number and you can leave the class.